What's going on? What's going on, Cold World? Young K.LaNe Hotel coming at you live and direct today. I hope all is well with you and yours, man. I hope that this message finds meets you in a great place. You dig what I'm saying? Um, let's tap in. Let's jump straight in. Let's jump straight in. Look, man, where you at right now in life, you could be making that transition from being on the bench, being out the way, not being able to make a play, catch a break. You understand what I'm saying? All of that. You feel me? You probably went through that whole phase. You know what I'm saying? For a long time. I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all. I'm just gonna be a buck. I'm gonna be a little transparent with you. I always be transparent, really, through these messages. Believe it or not, all these messages come from a real place. It comes from a place of experience. It comes from a place of what I'm going through right now, what I'm learning right now, what I have learned. You get my point, right? Big homie. All praise to the Most High. Always sit there and just be showing me things. Even in the midst of me going through, he's showing me things. But sometimes, you can turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to things. You dig what I'm saying? Not all the time that you're trying to do that. It's just you may be caught up in your feelings. When the situation actually pop off, you might be so into what's going on that your reaction, what I'm saying, literally don't shift the whole vibration of the day for you. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, your whole day seems like it's messed up, or it seems like you're attracting more of your disappointment. When we outwardly display our disappointments and things, it's like we just attract more of it into our life or into our day. You feel what I'm saying? And what I learned is to catch yourself, in that reactive phase, right? And your reaction could be verbally, it could be, what I'm saying, how you looking on your face, it could be really how you feeling on the inside. And it's easier said than done, trust me, man, because it's like right when you make up in your mind that you say, I'm gonna do right, I'm gonna get my mind right, I'm gonna change the way I think, I'm gonna change my approach. When you make your mind up just to do better, period, the testing comes. It's like you ask God, hey God, make me a better teacher, right? And then he brings situations to you that guess what you want to do? Teach. It's gonna be teachable situations that you're gonna attract to you. So that's why they say be careful what you ask for. That's why they say be careful what you ask for, man, because it's like if you already feel like you're going through enough, you feel like you already going through enough changes, a lot of the new decisions you have to make in life, it's just a lot of a lot that's going on right now, right? Okay, so it might behoove you then to probably continue that flow that you are in, ride it out, right? And carefully assess what you ask for. Carefully assess what you're asking for. Because if you really pay attention to it, we feel like God is not giving us what we're asking for, but if you really pay attention to it, it's like he says, you can't lean to your own understanding. So it's like when we ask for something, we thinking of it like, okay, when your child asking for something, hey mom, dad, I need something to eat, or I want these shoes, I want this shirt, or whatever, right? And so what you do, you go out and get exactly what they ask for most of the time, right? And so because their expectancy is based off of what they ask for, right? Same thing for us when we're talking to God, but what we do is we take the human concept of things, right, and how we deal with things here, and we try to take that understanding and apply it to Him and to the spirit world. It works like that, but it doesn't work like that because that's why He always say He gives you more than what you ask for. Okay, you ask to be a better teacher. Not only is He gonna make you a better teacher, but He's gonna give you some wisdom, give you some knowledge and some understanding with it. And on top of that, watching you going through that thing, and if you play your cards right through that, it's gonna be a blessing. It's always a blessing, rather. You know what I'm saying? I say the blessing. Let me say it like this: the blessing is always in the lesson, right? It's always, that's why they say, don't feed swine your pearls. So if you ain't holding them necessarily in your hands to feed them the pearls, that means it's something on the inside of you. That means your thoughts, your mind. It's a jewel. It produces jewels. You understand what I'm saying? So God gives in abundance for the inside of us, right? Only to produce something on the outside, right? He also rewards in the physical too. It's like it comes in phases. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like the first phase you have to experience is the toiling. And the toiling could be days of frustration because you feel like you ain't where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you too smart to be where you at in life, or you feel like you know too much to be still stuck where you at in life, or whatever the case may be, right? So you're going through those motions at the same time. While you're going through those motions, situations are still occurring, so it don't necessarily help the confidence that you're trying to build. But if you pay attention to all of these things that start to come your way at the end of it, right? At the end of it, when you look back and reflect, you still surviving, right? You're still alive. So you really gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and some strength along the way, some endurance along the way. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of us be like, well, dang, shoot, I'm just tired of building the endurance of going through things. You know what I'm saying? When is the breakthrough gonna come? This is the good part. So you going through, you know, and some of us has been longer than others. But guess what happens though? That we don't realize that happened to ourselves in the midst of that. Some of us lose sight of us, ourselves, in the midst of that. Which those circumstances that you went through, it was not meant to come in your life to break you, literally, like the good in you. You know what I'm saying? Or break your character or your spirit. It was to really trim the fat off of you, all the junk that was on you, that you're not going to need for the place that you're asking God to take you to. I hope that made sense. I hope that made a lot of sense. Because where he's taking you, you're gonna have to be like pure muscle, head to toe, in this thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be questioning yourself when you finally arrive to that destination. Everything that you were doing in this place, in the so-called wilderness, so to speak, that ain't gonna cut it when you get in the clear. That's I say the beautiful part, but it's also like a video game. The first 10 levels you was on, you was going through pure, you know what, right? Pure hell, right? You was just going through it, boy. But what do you do when you don't mess around without knowing, got used to going through, even though out your mouth you saying and confessing that you want blessings. But then when the season finally come to you, when the blessings start to show up, not that they kicked in the high gear, right? Because you don't went through 10 years of this, right? So you already know when God come through for you, he know he come dropping double, triple, quadruple. He just come multiplying that thing, right? So you done went through all that hell, but just best believe your greater days are gonna outweigh the bad days, right? But what happens when you got to make that transition to those good days? What happens? Because what happens is like we don't even realize it. We don't recognize that we're in that blessed phase or that blessed season in our life, or that we're even approaching it, even though all the signs are there. But we're used to those signs. We're confusing a lot of the new signs that's coming into our life as the old signs that something new is about to come and we need to be watching over our shoulder. Because that's what we're used to, right? But now he got to make you into, after he don't trim all that fat off of you, and now you just raw muscle. It's almost like he got to mold you again, because now he got to bring that flavor out of you again. Because he said that we are the salt of the earth, that flavor, right? But a lot of us, myself included, when going through all of this, you don't lost a part of yourself, or it seems like you lost. It ain't lost. It's just sort of kind of laying dormant. You don't put it to the back burner like. You can still go and retrieve that thing. It ain't like it's gone out, lost in outer space somewhere, and you can't go get it no more. No, 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 no. It is still there. You know what I'm saying? You are still there. That light, just like you see it it's still shining within you. You just got to tap in and grab it, ignite it, activate it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, like I said myself, we are so used to giving. We are so used to taking losses that when it's time to take a win or to receive a win, we don't know how to act. And I ain't saying we acting a fool or being ignorant and stuff like that. No, we so used to going without that we don't know how to take nothing no more. We don't know how to receive. I literally, I promise you, y'all, I'm going through this right now. For real. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I have to learn how to receive again. That sounds so crazy. It sounds crazy to a lot of folks in their life, in life that's just takes. They be like, boy, you crazy. I'm gonna go do that. But it's like they never had that real breaking moment. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that everybody has to be broken to be better. But That's typically how it happens. You know what I'm saying? Even in military training, they break you down to build you back up into something. When you start going out there playing ball, when you get the right coach, he gonna see, your talent and your skill set, and he gonna try to bring the best out of you. But in order to bring the best out of you, sometimes he got to break you down to humble yourself, right? So you can be able to be coachable. You understand what I'm saying? So he can bring out, so you can be able to take a listening ear to hear, what I'm saying, what it is that you need to work on to improve on your game. You understand what I'm saying? So the same way that you approach receiving coaching or receiving mentorship or parenting or whatever the case may be, it's the same thing with the Most High, but on a whole nother level, because it's a combination of everything I just listed and some when it comes to the form of teaching and coaching. You see what I'm saying? Any idea that you can think of somebody instructing you, any form of that, you understand what I'm saying, that's designed to bring the best out of you, you know what I'm saying, from a counselor, like I said, to a coach, a parent, a pastor. The Most High is all of those things in one. You know how you go and you're buying these package deals and stuff like that with your store or your wireless carrier or whatever the case may be. They give you a whole bundle deal, right? Well, that's what you get dealing with God. Like straight up. That's why he said he give you more than what you asked for. Even though you came and in your mind you probably had a long list, a whole Christmas list of things that you wanted. Oh God, I want this and I want that. I want this. I want that. And he said, that ain't no problem. And really, half of the list, truth be told, everything that we want, though half of that list is the results of just being obedient to him. Hello. That's just gonna be the results of just being obedient. It ain't even a want. It's like that come with it. That's why I say the more you start to tap in, man, and start really understanding the big picture of things, I literally changed my prayer life and just even coming to him. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. The more I understand, I be slick hesitant, not hesitant in a bad way, coming to him, but it's like I be in the presence, trying to get into the presence, like real talk, and just try to talk to him, you know what I'm saying, and get my mind right to help me throughout the day. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all this, it ain't even me doing this to be no holy roller, man. It's just like really, I don't got to that point in my life where I done been through everything, y'all, like for real. And it's just like, I know where people stand in my life. I know what things like material things are in my life. Like I used to place a value on a lot of stuff, but I don't even care about a lot of these things no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't lost the desire to even have a lot of them things, like for real. And I guess why? Because I start thinking more like the wealthy. You see what I'm saying? Because all right, it's levels. It's levels to this thing. You look at that pyramid, right? You look at the pyramid and it's wide at the bottom because it's more people. Like I think I had a couple of videos back, it's showing me going down the steps and I went into the darkness, right? But that's where everybody is, and it's overcrowded down there at the bottom. Overcrowded. But the bottom is holding up the top. That's why the base so big. You know what I'm saying? All them folks holding up them folks at the top. When you think about wealth, right? Okay, so they sit there and say that poor people talk about money. Folks who ain't got no money, that's all they do, talk about money all the time, right? And your mind and your heart desires stay stuck in that place of always wanting something like materialistic, something like you stay in the consumer mindset, you know what I'm saying? But okay, then you got rich folks. Rich folks talk about what they got. The trinkets, the cars and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like the new house. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with talking about it, God bless you, don't came for something, you know what I'm saying? But for it to be a consistent conversation or everyday flex, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. That's rich people. But wealthy people, the wealthy think about ideas. They discuss ideas because that's where the money comes from. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the money comes from ideas. That's why the wealthy only want to talk about and share ideas. They care less about talking about money. Now they don't mind, of course, they're talking about their portfolio with their accountant or their lawyer. Of course, that's common sense, right? But I'm talking about on an everyday basis. They are seeking more knowledge, information, more illumination, you know what I'm saying, within themselves, more enlightenment, you dig what I'm saying? And they're going out into the market. The world is their market. And they're going out into the market seeking like-minded individuals or a higher-minded individual. Because it's never good to be the smartest one in the building. It's never good. If you're the smartest one in your crew, you need to switch up your crew because you're not going to grow there. I'm learning throughout life that the best comes out of you when you always in environment or situations that challenge you, that challenge that old belief of yourself, your old self, so to speak. Because if you don't change, you're a whole new creature, right? But a lot of us, that's why they sitting there saying the Bible, you can't put new wine in the old wine skin. You dig what I'm saying? Because a lot of us right now, God done remade us, right? We don't even look like our past. You dig what I'm saying? Thank God, right? But our mind's still stuck there. Hello, somebody. I still have to work on that myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this. Keeping it in ain't good. You know what I'm saying? That's not a way of healing. I'm not saying you have to find somebody. But like I said, it, with God, it's more about relationship than a religion. So he don't want you to cast your fears and your, you know what I'm saying, what you're going through on man's shoulders, because all they can do is listen. Some can help, but for the most part, most listen, right? They listen and give you that, oh, I feel bad for you, right? Meanwhile, while you talking to them, they think about 10 other things. They ain't even studying you for real. But why waste your time with people? Not sitting there saying that, you got to be anti-people. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to push that agenda. But when it comes to the things that trouble you, the things that lies within, the things that you feel deep and passionate about, I've learned the hard way. Do not take those things to people. That's how I end up, like I'm telling you, man, that's how the relationship like really got to where it's at, for real, for real. But I had to sit there and open up. And I'm gonna say this too. It ain't like you waiting on God. God waiting on you. You feel what I'm saying? If you look around in your life and you like, dang man, you don't feel God nowhere, he didn't move. Well, let me say this. Let me say it right. God is always on the go. But in your life and in the relationship that he's trying to establish with you, he didn't move. You did. You feel what I'm saying? He been right there in that position right there with you from the start. And what we start doing is our actions and everything that we start eating every day, because you are what you eat, metaphorically, physically, and all that good stuff. You dig what I'm saying? If you eat trash all the day, then what you gonna be trash. You understand what I'm saying? That way you gotta watch what you let come in these eye gates. And it said the what? These are what? The windows to the soul, right? So you might want to be careful. Sometimes we say stuff, but I don't know, we let it really marinate, like really let it sit in to what you are saying out loud. Think about what you just said. These are the windows to the soul. So why do we just sit there and just let our eyes just feast on anything? Our ears, right? They taking in. These are designed to, you know what I'm saying? These are the receivers. Why do we let ourselves receive trash every day from people? Rumors and even, I know we like entertainment. Hey, listen, I'm entertained too by some of these shows. But let's keep it real now. A constant appetite of these shows leads you nowhere. And actually, when you're in a place of healing, like say you're trying to get past some old way of thinking, right? Sometimes, if not all the time, watching them shows enough will take you back to that place. Say if you don't got over something, the first couple times you watch them shows, you be like, they crazy. Couple more times you get into it, then you start talking about, ooh, I remember when I was doing, ooh, I remember that happened to me. They start taking you back. The shows reflect nothing of you to like today. It's talking about you back then, right? Your older self, right? The other version of you can relate to what you're seeing on TV, but where you trying to go, it don't match what you're seeing. Don't get it twisted. Some of these shows can give you some game about the new environment. When they say every level is a new devil, sometimes these shows can give you an example of what those devils can look like on a different level. When it's showing people moving in a different tax bracket and how folks, you think that, well, messy folks only exist at the bottom. No, they start to show you that messy people or bad people or however you want to look at it, that's on every level, right? And you seeing how the behavior was accepted and what's not accepted too, due to a tax bracket. All of these things that we taking in, it's like we're in a classroom. That's how it's supposed to be looked at. But what happens is when we start to let it get inside of us, that's why they say entertainment. Enter. Enter. And well, like sometimes we gotta really think about what we saying. It says enter, tame. Now, what's another word that says tame? Obtain, abstain. Okay, abstain is a resistance, right? But it's something to you let go, like, right? To obtain is to get it. Contain. Okay, you see where I'm going with this thing. We just hit 20 minutes. Dang, Chris. But I'm just hitting right here. I'm just flowing right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real place to really have some understanding. We are always so quick to break ourselves down when we're going through the worst in our life. And when bad things are happening, we know how to properly so-called assess ourselves, right? Or to try to diagnose our situation. But when things start to go good, that's the whole point of this conversation, is seeing and noticing the changes. As you noticing the changes and going through the changes, you start noticing